Well, please explain how Republicans can be saving defeat from the jaws of victory with this clown show.
Look, we're in an age of contrarianism on both sides of the aisle. And on the Republican side, when the media attacks Erick Greitens with true allegations, there's a segment of the Republican Party that says, well, it must not be true because the media says so. Forget all the evidence and allegations. There's also this element in Mo Brooks in Alabama where he got Donald Trump's support, but it wasn't strong support. It came out very early. Mo Brooks is not good on the campaign trail. The president has suggested he'll back away from it. And then in Ohio, they're all clowning themselves on stage trying to get Donald Trump's endorsement. Really, if Donald Trump stepped back and looked at this mess, he could probably be a useful tool in cleaning it up. But they're all trying to fawn and worship over him. So he's enjoying the show.
Well, he's enjoying the show, but I have to imagine there's a lot of Republicans who have memories of Roy Moore losing in Alabama and a Democrat won, and thinking, oh boy, here we go again.
Look, Alabama is more Republican than Missouri is Republican. And Alabama Republicans elected the Democrat Doug Jones over Roy Moore. And Missouri has a history of electing Democrats within the last decade statewide. This is a real concern in Missouri, particularly some of the detailed allegations of his wife. And you got to remember, Josh Hawley, who's come out very forcefully against Greitens, was the Attorney General of Missouri who investigated Greitens, which is one reason he's so forceful. Behind the scenes is trying to persuade Donald Trump to come out for his candidate, Vicky Hatzler, who may be able to unite the field.
Yeah, you've got Josh Hawley. If you hit a woman or a child, you belong in handcuffs, not the United States Senate. It's time for Erick Greitens to leave the race. Greitens and Hawley, of course, have in common that they both, as young men, thought they were going to be president of the United States. So take that fight from Missouri for what you will. But I guess I'm still at this point. You've got Hawley saying drop out. You've got John Thune telling Greitens to drop out. In some ways, it feels like there's a big part of the Republican electorate in Missouri that will only embolden.
Yeah, look, there is this element of contrarianism within the Republican Party. A lot
How
of it
does
is.
this end?
Yeah, badly for the GOP if they can't figure this out. Keep in mind, they got a whole Pennsylvania as well. You've got Dr. Oz running. They also need Arizona or Georgia. You've got Herschel Walker and his problems there. And then in Arizona, you've got crazy out, crazy and crazy. So if they can't hold Missouri and Pennsylvania and pick up Arizona or Georgia, they're going to find themselves in a worse place than they are right now.
How worried are Republicans that you're going to end up with a Todd Aiken legitimate rape moment that, just like in 2012, really hurt Mitt Romney, is going to hurt Republicans nationwide with one of these, and I won't use a pejorative word, one of these candidates saying or doing something that it is truly reprehensible to answer for?
Look, there's a growing worry. Republicans right now very publicly are very boastful that it's early. This will sort itself out. Voters will realize what's going on. You talk to them privately, there's growing anxiety over the primaries. They really thought they could get to 52, 53 seats in the Senate, and now they're worried about losing some seats.
Yeah, which would totally, sort of throw their...
Yeah, the panic hasn't set in publicly, though. When Mitch McConnell starts getting more vocal than he is right now, you'll know there's real panic behind the scenes.
Right, but if he gets more vocal, does that help or hurt his cause? There is no adult in the room.
Yeah, there is no adult in the room. And, I believe I read Kimberly Guilfoyle has been working on a super PAC that had been helping Erick Greitens. She, of course, has been in a relationship with Donald Trump Jr. So you've got this weird level there. Steve Bannon, still close ties to Donald Trump, having Erick Greitens on. It's almost like a go for us or we'll burn the house down thing, that you're negotiating with people who are willing to shoot the hostages. That's a problem for Mitch McConnell and the GOP in the Senate. But they still think they've got time to overcome this, and voters really want to focus on Joe Biden and Chuck Schumer, and the Republican establishment guys think that gives them an advantage in the long run.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.